Hey, welcome back. This is part 2. In the last video I told you that your Fire Inferno has bad runes, and I'll explain why, because I'm not saying that you did something terrible wrong, but I'll tell you, you got Fatal Energy, and that's a good way. It's a fine setup. You can set him up for that, that's fine. But if you look at the runes, this rune, nothing wrong, decent rune. This rune, defense percent. He is it there? He doesn't need it, defense percent. So this rune sucks. It just doesn't do anything for the Fire Inferno. It's not the rune that sucks, I mean the rune sucks for the Fire Inferno. You get this rune, it's fine, nothing special. It's not a good rune, but not the, you can't really go wrong on this slot. You want to have the substats with attack percent probably. Now this rune, it's not an attack percent rune. You want the attack percent rune on here, so this is just not useful. This rune, you never really can go wrong on it. You want to try to get a rune that gives you a substat with attack percent, and then this rune, defense, it has to be attack percent. So okay, listen. What I want to say is you have two things you have to take into account when you are ruining a unit. First, you want to check the info. This is really basic stuff, but I'm just telling you. Maybe you already know, but I'm just telling you so if you didn't know, at least I told you, and not that I leave it behind. In the info, you see he has attack monster. That's the first thing you notice, but you also can see what his base stats are. And for example, the Fire Inferno, it's a 6-star right now. You see he doesn't have that much health. He has 5.5k health. If you go to let's see, if you go to Michelle, she has 8.2, and this is 6, and this is 2-star natural born, this is 3-star natural born. But you see his HP is not that high, so HP percentage on him doesn't make much sense. Also, you see his attack is really high and his defense is super low, so defense bonus on him doesn't really do much defense percent. But if you would go attack percent, that does a lot for him, so you want that mainly. And if I would suggest, okay, wait, I'll suggest two things. First, what I would do is try to get him despair focus, so the set despair focus with this rune attack percent, this rune attack percent, and this rune attack percent, and so attack percent all around, and try to get some stop stats on these runes. Try to get either speed or attack percent or something like that. Same goes for this rune, try to get the substat on it. So despair focus, that's what I would do. But if you are like, nah, I don't want him to be a stunner necessarily, then you can go with fatal energy, but then still on 2, 4 and 6 attack percent. Now I'll tell you the reason why I say you should go with despair focus, in my opinion, is because your team, you have a arena, you got a rogue. Okay, both of these characters super good, but no crowd control. They don't have any stuns, any freezes, nothing. And Fire Inferno has two skills that are AoE. First off, the meteor that already has a chance of stunning, and you got Hellfire that also is an AoE, and if you have Despair that has a chance of stunning as well. So these two AoE attacks can help you a lot with these monsters. With Despair focus can help you in Arena, but also in PvE, in Trail of Ascension, whatever. So I would strongly suggest Despair focus with attack percent on 2, 4, 6. Okay, Michelle. I would say let her be for what it is. I'm not. If you want to rune her up, full energy would be the way to go. Just like Arena, full energy. But I wouldn't focus on her. She's not so. She's not your best unit. Then we got the Wind Jetty, a really good supporter. It's a defense unit, I know, but he has good support skills, and mainly it's the synergy that gives a lot of health. Is synergy based on anything? Recovers the HP of ally proportion to the number of surviving allies. No, okay, so he heals more when there's more alive. That's his. You wound him up with energy. What I want to say about that is he has a high defense and he has decent health, so I would say keep that there, make this an HP rune and make this as HP rune, and try to level up all the runes at least to +6, the correct runes of course. So if you have this rune on HP percent instead of attack, level it up to at least +6, and the same goes for this rune if you have the HP percent on here. The reason why I'm saying that is you wanna see what the substats are, and secondly, it doesn't cost that much money and you get some extra stats, and if they're correct substats, that is if you get the correct substats that you want for the unit, you can decide to level it maybe to +9 or +12. Although I won't suggest that for a 4-star rune. +9 is probably the highest you should go, because otherwise you just waste a lot of money. Then we got Ardell. She's a single hitter. She's really an attack monster. That's why you have to rune her for as well. You got Rage Blade. Well, you want to have Rage Blade. That's at least what you want to. Just a quick thing. I'm not sure if I already said that, but let's say I'm going back to the Fire Furnace for one moment. Let's say you want to have him Despair Focus, right? So you want to have him with Despair and Focus. That's the ideal way you want him. But if you have 4 Despair runes that are good, but you don't have the Focus runes that are good, try to use the different runes that have the correct stats. So let's say you have 1, 2, 3 and 4 are good Despair runes, so you rune them with that. But you don't have focus runes for 6 and 5, or you just have 1. You can just rune him with like energy for that matter, and then just get a energy rune that has the correct stats. So for just energy with attack percent, and just the energy rune that has some good substats. Eventually you want to get your set buffs, but they're not necessary to have a good monster. What's more important is to have the correct stats on the correct places. So that's something you have to take into account. So you don't worry if you don't have the correct sword of rune, if you don't have the blade rune on the correct spot. Try to use the best rune you have for that place. So if you really need, well, let's say you really need the speed rune on 2, but you only have a rage rune that has speed, and you really need well, you really need, like, for example, your fire inferno attack first. You're just gonna use that, because it's more important to have the correct runes in the correct places than get your sets. Obviously you want to have your sets eventually, but that's first get your correct runes in the right places, then focus on the set buffs instead of the other way around. Okay, then we got Ardell. She's a one-hitter, so what you want to do with her is get attack percent all around. And what you're doing is actually that's possible. Then I would, if you want to go with this, try to get a blade rune here, since it's an a rune that's not really super important. You can easily get a 3-star rune to put here, because this is not a percentage rune spot. So this rune you can easily get, because it's always going to be attack. You know, it's not on the slot 2. You need to have the correct runes with the correct stats, like attack percent or HP percent or speed, and on the first one it's always attack. So you can easily get these runes correct in the correct set. So get blade here, then attack percent here. That's good. Just level it up. Yeah, that's fine. Just try to level it up to +6. Crit damage, that's fine. If you go for raised blade with crit damage on 4, that's a decent choice. And then attack percent this. So actually runed is quite well. Just try to get the blade rune on this, and you should be ready to go. What we have the Ramagos, full energy around. I'm not gonna suggest you to level this any further, so I'm not gonna talk about his runes now. What I do want to talk about is the succubus. I think you just got her. I would rune her up for let me see. I would rune her up for Despair Focus. Why? Because she got a good AoE. Sorry for that. Why? Because she has a good AoE because of the White Knight that hits everyone, and she has a single target attack that has a chance of sleeping or stunning if you have Despair Focus, and then Strike of Rejection, which is also it's just a good attack. So I would strongly suggest Despair Focus, and if I'm correct, it's the attack unit, but her skills or her attack and defense are very close. So what you can do here is just go attack all around. If you want to make it a bit more beefy, you could maybe do a HP rune on one of the slots. But I think, okay, wait. I think you should do this. Despair Focus, and then on slot 2 get a speed rune, and on slot 4 and 6 an attack rune, attack percentage rune. So on 2 speed, and 4 and 6 attack percentage. The reason why I'm saying this, I think if you use a speed rune on 2 and you're gonna use her in arena, then she can be the first one to attack, do her AoE and stun people, and then they cannot attack you back. And then you get the Fire Sylph. It's a very good unit. It's gonna be a crucial unit for you as well within the arena, but maybe also in the PvP, because of the leader skill, 19%. That's just really good. Also for her, also Despair Focus. Then you would have 3 units that have used Despair Focus, but a stun team is still really good. You could also go for Fatal Blade or Fatal Energy, no, Fatal Blade. I would also suggest a speed run on 2, attack percentage on 4 and 6, and if you are like, there's just 2 things you can do. You can make her a control unit and your leader of your arena team, or you can make your succubus a control unit and this is just a damage dealer, but you could also make 3 control units, which is not bad. So that's the runes I suggest for you. Oh yeah, the Water Garuda. Just make him a beefy unit with energy runes, and he's just there to heal, so just use him for that if you awaken him. And then I'll make a part 3, and that part I'll talk about which arena team I suggest you use, which leader, and defense and attack. So I'll do that in the next video. So see you in the next video.